Welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT. Tonight we are back live on Project Cars 2 for the first round and series for 2023 on Project Cars. And first up is the Pagnian Imports GTE Cup. And it's a 5-round series, and it's going to be some exciting racing in the GTEs. To start us off for round one, we're at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Then we head to Road America, Baptist Mount Panorama. We got the Nürburgring GP, and then finishing up for the final round at Spa Francorchamps GP. So going to be a super exciting series, seeing these guys beat the GTEs around. And we'll take a look at the session details. So for tonight at Laguna Seca, we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. Weather conditions are clear. The race is 19 laps. Weather is clear through to light cloud. There's a mandatory pit requirement, and the start type is a rolling start, so a little bit different to our norm. And looking at the final series for 2022, we saw in the Pagnian Imports V8 Supercar Championship, our series champion was Wira with 739 points. And to take out the final round in that series, we were at Bathurst Mount Panorama. We saw Wira qualify pole, go on to take the win, and Rooney took the fastest lap bonus points. Over to the tracks in USA for Laguna Seca. Track length is 3.6 kilometers. There's 11 turns. It's an iconic track, and it's going to be spectacular seeing them burn the GTEs around. There's a little bit of a mix in the cars being picked as well, so it'll be interesting just to see which cars become dominant at each of the tracks as we make our way through the series. And trackside now. Joining us for the stream, don't be shy, jump into the chat, say hello. There's also a bunch of sound effects controls down underneath the stream. Have some fun, play those effects over so you can grow your support to our drivers as the race unfolds. Of course, any new viewers, don't forget to hit that follow button so you can be notified when we go live. We're here on Thursday night, 7:45 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time for Project Cars 2. And we also run iRacing at 7:35 PM on Monday nights. Hey Blake, how are you, mate? Thanks for jumping on the stream. We'll go through and make our way. See what all our drivers are running. So we've got the Pretender in the Ferrari. I'll even see in pit lane quite easily from here. So we've got the head farmer also opting for the Ferrari. Bert Wheeler in the Chevy. Beautiful looking Corvette. 4GT for Mick Cliff. Traffic cones taken out at Corkscrew. Sounds like another chef. Coming Simsel running the chef. Emma also in the Corvette. Beth in the Ferrari. She's taking it on with the controller as well. She did migrate across over onto iRacing, but decided to jump back in, get in amongst it. Hopefully she can master the Ferrari at Laguna with the controller. DK Rush also in the Ferrari. Seems to be the weapon of choice along with the Corvette. Second 4GT, Tidro running it. Dirty Monkey in the BMW. Lone Wolf at the moment with the BMW choice. No drivers going the Aston or the Porsche. The Porsche may be limited as it is downloadable content, so most drivers did actually purchase any DLCs they wouldn't be available. And now with Project Cars removing all their content for sale, those that never got the downloadable stuff, that has been missed out on. First times coming through. Nick coming back out on track. Set of 120.4. Hammering with a 121. Ty Joe's has gotten in a 119.6. That's the two Fords getting the first quickest times in. The car that's going to be most suited for Laguna Seca tonight. Ferrari getting up there with the 120s as well. Hey Sami, thanks for jumping on. Should be gearing up for your V8 Vets race tonight. All drivers getting times in. 8.4 seconds being the split between the 10. That's just in the opening laps. Pretty reasonable laps being done. That seems to be getting the handle on this Ferrari with the controller. Joe also doing it on the controller, so he's being able to handle that beast of a Ford all from that controller. For a lap, a few drivers. Joe runs a tad wide there. They come down through the corkscrew. So maybe too far from starting a lap. Try and get on board with a few different cars. Head Farmer getting a little bit slippery around turn 1 through the hairpin. At every corner at Laguna Seca can really grab you. It is a tricky track, even that pit exit. On board for GT with Mick Cliff. And line crest. You're moving across, get ready down for the hairpin. Some reasonably quick right-handers here. A little bit quicker down through this one. You can take a lot of curb and punch straight out. He slides that car straight through the exit curb. And a quick tap of the brakes here just to shift down and get ready for that climb up the hill. And he's going to probably bring the car back in, so we've gotten the curse. We haven't got Ty Joe. Head Farmer. Not too far. That's the start of a lap. If we can have a bit more luck. Get the ample fuel to get through for a lap, so it should be fine. Not sure if that's someone spooling up in pit lane or someone's just going for a dive. A much quieter car being in the Ferrari. He's got slippery. A couple of corners away from where he got caught out. This time will be not invalidated for Head Farmer, but dropped him back some pace. This is where Mick ran wide. The very fast uphill left-hander. Try and aim for that little bit of a sausage curve. It won't flick the car out. And then dive across to the right under brakes. Very easy to put in a spin as you get ready to come down into the corkscrew. And then zero visibility as you dive on down. Just gotta try and pick a spot down on that wall to be able to get your apex and aim for it. And final, very sharp corner. Can be easy to really miss, and then you'll lose a lot of precious speed coming onto pitch straight. That time 1.6 off. The two Fords still leading the charge, both in the 119s. And two Ferraris, third and fourth. There you go, Sami. How are you? Sami's fan club here. And Corvette up in 5th position. So setting of 121. There's not a whole lot of difference between time for Hammer in the Corvette compared to Head Farmer in the Ferrari. And the BMW up in the middle of the mix. Time spread still 8.5, but it's 4.3 seconds for the first 9. It's only 2.2 seconds for the first 8. 119.6 through to a 121.8. I think Pretender vote Wheeler 21.853 to an 872. Well, there's some movement there. Dirty Monkey's just been bumped down. Pretender steals the spot. There's 4.5 minutes left. It's validated this lap, most likely for, oh no, it hasn't for Pretender. It's a flash of the lights. I think it's Mick Rising. He's probably on a hot lap. Re-entering the track. There's enough time to get 2, maybe 3 laps in for qualifying. Hopefully drivers practicing their rolling starts. Not something we do too often. Even when we're running the GTs, probably try and keep it as close to the real deal as we can. Getting bored for a few different cars and hear the roars from these machines. It's on board. Chev Corvette. Oh, we've thrown the curse. Wave the cameras off balanced. In with Dirty Monkey. This is the BMW. GT. Very tidy line down through the corkscrew. IJ still holds that pole position. He's been beating his time. Took pole first with a 19.328. He's improved it down to a 19.081 and just then again crosses the line, breaking it into an 18.445. Sliding that car. I thought he was almost going to maintain that. That time's going to be quite hard to beat now. Blake, hopefully no carnage like we saw on Monday night. Drivers in the lobby not shocked to hear it was a rolling start like they were all just in the 5 minutes before the session start on Monday night for iRacing. Game has control of a rolling start. It's not a manual formation lap. We will be joining the cars partially moving before they hand over control. That'll just be moments before the control line, and then we get the green. And Steph's got that time down, which is sitting at about 128. She's got down to 124. Got a time lapping and still pretty good, 28. I'm trying to do it on controller after being absent from the game a little bit as well. There's 6.4 seconds spread now. That is very tight. Tenders finishing up. You see some burnouts being done now. There's 90 seconds left to finish up last laps. Qualifying's done. 18.4 to beat. Oh, that may just have been on the limits of the track. Big slide down for his second last corner. Now, turn 11, get that perfect run on. Done a 19.5 before. No movement. Head Farmer's done and dusted. Sounds like AI driving for Hammer. Dirty improves his time on the final lap. He takes that spot back from Pretender. Moves back up into position 6. That Wheeler's finish. Okay, gonna have some fun wrecking this Corvette. The game offers some fantastic little liveries for the GTE class. And there we are, qualifying done for the first round 2023 on Project Cars 2, and Taijo takes pole position doing a 1:18.445. Spectacular lap. It's nearly 1 whole second quicker off Mick Cliff. And the rest of the grid, we then see Mick in second, and then we've got DK, Head Farmer, Hammer, Dirty Monkey, the Retender, Vert Wheeler, Simo Simzel, and Steph. So back onto the track now as the drivers gear themselves up, commence this rolling start. Rolling starts. It is a little bit of a different syncing that we get once all drivers have readied. It is a little bit more laborious as it's AI controlled for those first few seconds. And it can be quite difficult for him because when it gives control back to the car, you have to be ready for it because sometimes it's mid-corner. And your steering wheel won't be moving with it. The in-game one will, so if you still are sitting there with your steering wheel straight, waiting for control to come back, and then you're in mid-corner, and that wheel is still straight, it'll just suddenly snap out and cause some dramas. You have to be paying attention and trying to follow those same motions that the AI is doing for that start. would be much nicer if they all get through that corner ready for pit straight. And it is custom setups. Drivers will be needing to make sure they got the right setup selected, their pit strategies set to go. Unlikely they'd be doing tyres, taking fuel. Here we go, it's already in, so we don't even get the sync. Countdown on now. So you can see a few cars diving off, doing the exact same scenario that I was talking about. I think it was a full disconnect, actually. Just retired, lost a car. Tyjo and Mick, neck and neck. Oh, a bump as well from behind. Not sure whose car that was. I'm dirty. Sorry, DK or headphone. Looked like a Ferrari that bumped. Hammer's car that dove off the track at the start. Could have even been having some technical issues going on at the exact same time. It's a good clean opening so far. Dirty Monkeys made some good movement. Two sectors make his way up into position 3. Tyjo's really starting to pull away. Field's going to have to try and close in. So he gets to about that 2-second margin for this straight. He's going to be well and truly leaving him out of a draft opportunity. Pretenders had an off. Well, Steph's having some dramas. Doesn't look like she's made wall contact. Getting a bit of spacing, so there's a couple of seconds separating the drivers. So we get Dirty and DK, they're holding the closest. Dirty's just copped a post-race time penalty. And he's exceeded those track limits and didn't abide by the slowdown. He's just taken the penalty. That's 2 seconds sting. Sometimes it is actually better to take the sting of a time penalty. Usually what it tells you to slow down by and for how long is actually a much longer amount of time being added to that lap than what the actual penalty is. 2 seconds, maybe not. First 3 laps, and Tyjo has a 4-second lead. Ford GT is absolutely sticking. lots of adjustments. That is him trying to keep the car under control on the controller. And it doesn't throw the car around. And get the thing dialed in. Nick putting some space over third and fourth. DK has not yet let up on Dirty. Little mistake from Dirty Monkey. This could open the door. Great run for the BMW down through. Corks her in as a big slide for DK. Front and rear damage taken. It was only a very soft touch into the tyre wall. I think he may decide to use that pit opportunity. No, he's not. Dirty does. But Wheeler also heading in. Good quick stop for both of them. Making the early pit. Pitting only about the quarter way through. It's rather an interesting strategy that they're opting for. That's given more of a gap for Mick. Looks like he's out there just doing some practice laps on his own at the moment. Not a car in sight going forward. No one in that mirror. He's got 8 seconds. Found himself in P3, and that's the head farmer. Doesn't look like Hammer's exited the session. Timo makes an error for turn 11. It's going to drop a heap of speed. Switchana's kind of big opening here. A big slide. Fender plays cautious, holds back. See coming down for that hairpin is Dirty. The first driver to pit in. Comes out from position 3 down to position 7. That sits him 36 seconds behind. I think he was about 5 or 6 seconds behind Taijo before pitting. Looking at 30 seconds roughly for a pit stop. DK pitting now. Will he tend to the possible slight aero damage that he took after the spin after the corkscrew? Simo and Pretender both move up while DK's in. 30 out. DK definitely played to deal with that damage. Oh, contact with Simo. Dirty's going to be frustrated. Almost going to make a touch again as they're trying to find their way back onto the track. Doesn't appear to be too much of an issue for the car. Doesn't look banged up. There's nothing wrong with the car. He doesn't have to bring the car back in the pits. He can just keep plugging away. But it's not going to be really too fussed about losing a position from where he was before he ended up pitting. Lost about 11 seconds with that tangle with Simo. All cars ahead will need to pit. Head Farmer's pit stop can go super quick. You could essentially come out roughly peg to peg with Dirty Monkey. So it could open an opportunity for podium finish for Head Farmer now. Although coming in, may have had a bit of damage. May have even been tending with that damage before the spin happened. Lap 9, 10 to go. Ty Joe's leading by 12 seconds. Keeps pushing that gap out. Simo coming out of the pits now. At the halfway point, could potentially see some more cars decide to serve that mandatory pit. When they're going to have enough tyres and enough fuel for the race. It's all about timing as to when they go in. They're trying to pick your spots for where the traffic's going to be. Catching up with Steph. Third's been in a pit. I don't believe Steph has. Third's going to make a move here. Oh, big slide. He avoids that. Pressure on. Looks like Ty Joe. Now catching up, is that Cliff actually? That is Mick Cliff. So Ty Joe's already been round and lapped position 9 and 8. That's a wheelers car, so position 7, yeah, position 7. Another 25 seconds away is then DK in position 6. Perfect strategy for Mick to go in and pit. And then getting up to that lap traffic. Self-clear of it. So don't get caught up in a tangle. You're not going to get held up either as you're waiting for that safe opportunity to get through. Head Farmer's in. Mick's away. Steph in the pits as well. That's just leaving Taijo as the only driver not yet to pit. Not sure if it was weird timings here. It was saying 1:47 he had over Mick Cliff. I don't think his stop was that long. It's 37-second lead, just pushed out 38. Taijo may just leave that pit to the very last moment. He might just copped a post-race time penalty as well. Hey, Jurassic Jam. Yeah, definitely still running on PS4. It'll still be going until they switch the servers off on this thing. Let's look at the IP clashes with the drivers. We've managed to work out how to get around it a fair bit now. And they all managed to resolve it before the session started, which is great. So race leader Taijo in the pits now. What a quick stop. Yeah, there is a car in the pits there. Pretty sure that's Hammer. His car dived straight through the final turn before it gave over control for the rolling start. Could even been having a hardware issue. That wheel just didn't want to play nice. All drivers having pit, all now racing for position. Yeah, we didn't really see any stealth pit crew suits tonight. I think that's just by pure luck. I don't think we'll be seeing any updates coming to the title. It's probably the last legs for the title this year. Now on lap 14 of 19. Taijo out in the lead by 21.3 seconds. Position 2 we've got Mick Cliff. Ed Farmer's in P3. His pit stop going to plan. That's managed to put him nicely ahead of Dirty Monkey. Dirty being in P3 before getting tangled up with Simo. And costing about 11 seconds. Does have that time penalty. He's increased it as well. Dirty's got 5 seconds now. Simo's wearing 1 second. He could easily lose a position if Pretender's able to close that gap in. Pretender in P5. P6 is DK. Putting the car into the slide after the corkscrew. Going front to tail. Damage into the tyre wall, costing him a fair bit of time. He was battling it out in position 3 with Dirty Monkey. The Wheeler P7. 2 seconds behind Simo Simsel. He's got the 1 second penalty. He's going to make a move on Vert. He's going to have to put an extra second on that gap. And P9, we've got Steph. Anyway, Cars, thanks for jumping on the stream. Yeah, Ford's looking great. Oh, we've just had an exit from Dirty Monkey. Not sure what was going on. But not a disconnect, so you might have had an incident. Three laps remain. Goes forward for the first two. Ferrari for the next 3 cars. Dirty Monkey was up in that mix with the BMW. Corvettes in 6th and 7th. Can we see a little bit of manufacturer spacing here? The Fords really seem to dominate at Laguna Seca. Drivers well spaced now. Closest gaps is about 7 seconds between P2 and P3. Dirty Monkey dropping out of the station. Ed Farmer, no, we're having to try and close that gap, take advantage of that 5 second penalty. Looks like some lap traffic around for one of the cars at Tyjo. Yeah, this is Tyjo, it's on approach. On second last lap, only 22-second lead. It's 2 laps down at the moment for Steph. Joe has been absolutely flying through. Joe probably keen to try and get a championship under his belt. Disconnects, costing him big points in the final championship for 2022. And it's a white flag. Oh, and he's tapped Steph. He was moving aside and he tried to stick right on the tail. He's trying to use a little bit of a draft. That's a risky move. Could be a costly one. Had lapped that. Final corner. I think the win, Joe. Do a spit circle work. As he crosses the line, checkered flag for Joe. There'll be a forward 1-2 for the opening round. He's happy with that, flash of the lights, takes podium in P2. Great way to start the series. Head Farmer would also be stoked getting that Ferrari up into P3. Pretender sitting nice and easy in position 4. A huge gap, about 37 seconds. I think it's Simo moving out of the way for him. They're actually going to absolutely destroy that car on approach. DK's crossed. We'll roll that across. No, not quite. Control line's a little bit earlier than you expect it to be. And Hammer. Oh, we got a DQ. Not sure what happened there for him to get a DQ. I guess he didn't actually ready up. Just throw his car out. I didn't think it would have actually readied up before the rolling starts. That is interesting. Be quite intrigued on in that replay. But there we have for round 1 of the Pagnian Imports GTE Cup. Taijo takes pole position and the race win for the opening round. Does he also get the fastest lap of the race? Yes, it is a 1:19.232, so he takes a clean the championship. Well done to Taijo. And also on the podium, P2 is Mick Cliff, and then the Head Farmer in P3. And then the rest of the standings, then the Pretender, DK, Vert Wheeler, Simo Simzel, Steph, and then Hammer. So we'll bring our podium finishers in. So Taijo, Mick, and Head Farmer will be in here in a moment. Invited them through, they'll be joining us in a moment. If you want to pass on any messages, throw it in the chat. There goes Sammy, definitely well done to all the drivers. Great run for the opening round. Hey Taijo, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, JT.
Some feedback there.
Yeah, I like this track. I guess that helps. But yeah, really managed to race turn 1. Someone hit me. I didn't see who it was, and Yeah, I thought my race was done because of the. Usually
It
when
was
that happens, your rear wing comes
quite
off.
a bump. Yeah, definitely. I thought you would have been going for
Yeah,
a spin, but just sort of pushed you forward and kept going, so it was lucky.
yeah. I did spin twice in the race, but yeah, I guess I pushed too much a couple times, but yeah, it was a really good first stint.
Yeah, the Ford was really doing well, and it might have even been a manufacturer thing too, because you and Mick were charging off at the start and
Oh
just
yeah,
maintained it.
Ford won too. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, congrats, Mick, on P2.
Yeah, well done.
Cheers. Yeah, I wasn't catching tide, Joe, so I just consolidated.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did good.
definitely. And no dramas. You had most of the track to yourself for a lot of it.
Yeah, there was a bit of traffic coming up, so I had to stop.
Yeah,
It was a
It was
bit
all good.
surprising today. There was a bit of traffic as we sort of went through.
Yeah,
Mm,
a couple spun cars on the road. Yeah, I had to avoid them a couple times.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
No, I
few
sort of
close
missed.
calls.
I was just behind yourself, Ty Joe, at the start with that incident. I was trying to stay out of trouble for that. The first few corners was a bit hard, and
Yeah,
I had a pretty clear race after that. I was sort of more or less watching time between Mick, trying to see if I could catch him, but it wasn't happening. It was just sort of every time I got a little bit quicker, he'd match the time.
yeah, yeah. Lucky no, wasn't that messy into turn one, like a pile up or something.
Yeah, I was pretty clean. Light touches.
We
Yeah,
caught up like 3 seconds in one lap, and I thought, oh, what's wrong with the Tojo?
yeah. I spun. I spun or I got behind the back marker. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, a great race, but very quick qualifying too, Tyjo. Unreal lap.
Yeah, down in
Yeah,
18s, and then even a 19. So it's a clean sweep for the start.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'll
congrats, mate. Unbelievable.
try to make up for that V8 supercar disconnection
Yeah,
last
I was just
Bathurst.
saying that you lost the championship opportunity from disconnect. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so fingers crossed,
Hopefully
no
it doesn't
dramas
happen
for you this
again.
time.
Yeah.
Just drive it all the way through.
I'll have
Well,
to pick
third
up
time's
the
a charm.
act. Can't have the teammate flogging me like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
congrats,
third time's
guys.
a charm. Hopefully it happens.
Yeah,
Mm.
hopefully
Congrats, everyone.
some good luck with Road America next week. It'll be interesting to see if the car choices mix it up a little bit at Road
Yeah,
America.
gotta be hard on the tires.
Yeah.
Cheers, thanks again, JT.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you,
worries.
JT.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah.
That's everyone.
Yeah, congrats
See you
all.
next week.
Thanks, JT.
Cheers, mate.
All right.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
guys.
Bye.
And there we have our podium finishes with Tyjo taking a clean sweep for the opening round and Mick Cliff on P2 and Head Farmer on P3. And then we'll be back again next week, same time, so that's at 7:45 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for round 2 of the Pagnian Imports GTE Cup, and that will see us at Road America. It's going to be fantastic. Again, seeing them get the GTEs around the track, and we'll be very curious to see whether we see some different manufacturers dominating at Road America. So it's definitely going to be some opportunities that the cars will have that the others don't at certain sections. So hit the follow button if you haven't done so yet, so you can be notified when we go live. And then we will be in with more GT action for iRacing on Monday night, so you don't want to miss out on that. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you trackside next time.